for a local walk. Very quiet, no breeze, warm and muggy. And I'm a bit late setting off. But anyway, yes, I shall do the 2-hour 5-mile walk today. I was just thinking about our government, and I reckon most people think that they are complete waste of time and incompetent and haven't got a clue what they are supposed to be doing. Well, that is sort of true, but I think that they know very well what they're doing, because basically they are following orders. Yeah, because if you look at what's happening in other countries, they're all on the same playing field. They are all following the same rules. And it seems now that they are so predictable, honestly. I mean, we know what's going to be happening next. Those in the know, those that are wide awake, because they're actually telling us what's going to happen next. So we are soon to be offered more of these experimental vaccinations, and because there's going to be more variants coming out. I mean, that is so predictable. There's going to be more bugs around and different variants, and so they feel that we've all got to go ahead and do the same thing that we've been doing over the last 3 years. Except it's not going to work with me because what I've been doing over the last 3 years is pleasing myself. So I don't fall for their tosh, their utter tosh. There is a plan, and people slag me off for this, for saying there is a plan. Of course there's a plan. This is not incompetence. This is what they are planning. So, yep. I mean, you all watch the news. I hope you're watching the alternative news on the internet and UK column news. I pick it up. I pick up Blaze TV from the USA, and I pick up my news from all over the world. So it is pointless watching and listening to the news in the UK, because they're being paid to say what they are saying. They are told what they all have to say. That, it's the same fear thing again. It's all over again, and they are not going to let go. It's dirty tricks. That's what it is. And right, so because, well, what about this climate crisis? In my view, it's not a crisis at all. If you watch the news in all different angles from all different places, you will know what's happening. I mean, if you want to hide yourself away, if you want to be frightened all the time, well, go ahead and do that. But I will not be. Oh dear, I'm smiling, but it isn't. It's not funny. It is not funny, because things are going to go from bad to worse, and even more worse, because they will not give up. They will not be give up. It's a psychological war, and it's the globalists pushing us in one direction and taking away our sovereignty. They don't want us to be free. I value my freedom, more than probably anything else. My health and my freedom is what I live for. But I'm walking over bumpy ground here, so I'm a bit wobbly. But yeah, so now it will get worse, I think. And what it needs next is a lot of people to wake up, because if they don't, they are sleepwalking into a dystopian nightmare, and that's about it. You know, if people don't start sticking up for themselves, for their own rights, their right to be free, for their lives to continue much as they have been. You know, it's about control, people. Will you please wake up? It's about control. Every aspect that's happening is about them controlling us and putting us in boxes and telling us what we're allowed to do, what we're not allowed to do. I just read a news item to say that all cats have to be microchipped. All pet muggy cats have to be microchipped in a year's time, so next year. You know, and this is what they're doing. They're threatening all the time. They're trying to make our lives as miserable as they can, so that they're trying to beat us down, you know, beat us into giving up. Well, it's going to be a hard battle, because, you know, I'm hoping that a lot of people think like me, and we're not going to give up. No, so, I don't know. I mean, it's, to be honest, it is sometimes exhausting to follow it all. I keep thinking I won't follow it and then get on with my own life. I do get on with my own life. As you know, I go out and visit places, have a good time. This is what I want to do. But they don't want us to do that. So we have to try and find the balance. Everybody should be, if you want to read about what's going on, fine. If you want to watch videos, fine. But just maintain that balance. And remember that you still have your life. And don't let them take it away from you. Oh, I'm quite exhausted saying all that. But yeah, it's going to get worse. I can't see. You see, they, you know what I mean, they've put so much effort into this, years and years of working towards this, and now we are sort of hanging in the balance. We're on the edge of a cliff, and it's going to take one almighty shove to push us off the cliff. But we have to get in there first. We have to push them off the cliff, right? Not physically, obviously, but we have to stand up for ourselves, and we have to fight. And there's no other way of doing it. We can't just sit back and let all this happen, because they will not stop until they have beaten us all into a pulp. But anyway, please, 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 get yourself educated, read up, and don't just go along with what they tell you. No, just make your own minds up. Anyway, this is me, Queen, having a bit of a rant. Bye for now. Doodle-beep.